Hey, hey, hey. Oh, oh, my plant. My plant. Oh, okay. Hold on, because that leaf might be blocking me. I need to put this in a pot so it can stop tipping over. Anyway, good morning, beautiful people. It is time for another day of considering your soul, and we're going to start with our protection and moisturizing. You know, it's that simple. This is just lavender. I made this one for people sensitive to heavy smells because I didn't add any essential oils to it. Just because when you make the lavender herbal oils, a lot of times that lavender smell is so strong you can smell it. So if you're somebody who's sensitive to smell, um, this would be the one to do. Lavender's been coming up a lot for me because I drank it last night. This is actually, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I took my shower this morning. I don't have a microwave upstairs, so I have my lavender tea from last night, and we're just gonna have cool lavender because it was about to winter. Anyway, so that's the oil I'm putting on today. Um, I have, I just said I got out the shower. I have on morning blossoms. So it's jasmine, it is orange, it is rose. I pictured it like running through the fields and like running through the pastures and flowers there and anyway, and my grandma told me these stories about like how she had orange roses. Um, they always had roses in their house. And that's how they would, her grandmother would smell the house, clip some roses from the backyard, and then because my family's from New Orleans, so you got the shotgun houses. And so they would just be like a draft of roses coming through the house. So I'm very sure why roses was my plant walk. And she was just telling me about this place she visited where she didn't realize there were so many different variations of roses like that you can mate roses and make all these different beautiful colors. But I remember her talking about orange roses, and so I was just gonna call it orange rose, but I called it morning blossoms, just because it was just floral and it was sensual, and it was just freedom. It was freeing. Anyway, that is what I have on today. That's why my skin is shining right now. But we're going to get on with the Consider Your Soul. And so I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about me. I take myself very seriously in like getting better, feeling better, putting in the work to make change happen, because change is just always happening in my life. For the good. I will say that. One of my friends told me that I fall forward. And I don't know if that's supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing, but I just said thank you because that just means it all works out in the end. But I do, so I go to therapy, and I also do go to life coaching. I never thought I would do life coaching because it was always like, I don't need anybody to tell me how to live my life. Apparently I do. No, I'm just joking. That's not what happens in life coaching, and I learned that. The way I like to look at it is like therapy is it's a place where you process these emotions, past, present, future, and unpack. And then life coaching is a little more like action oriented. Like therapy, yeah, you have homework, but life coaching is like what needs to change for this narrative to change. Like to me, life coaching is changing your narrative. So combining those two, and I always schedule them on the same day. I always have them on Tuesdays. So Tuesday is kind of like my heavy hitter day of like, let's work through our shit. And I let the rest of the week be mine. I might work on some of the things that we talked about. So I'm gonna start bringing in some of my little tidbits, because both my therapist and my life coach be hyping me up. Like, did you hear what you just said? So I be having to write some stuff down, and so I'm gonna have to share it with y'all. So if it becomes relevant, because things are always synchronistic, I'll bring it up. So what is our medicine for today? Let's see. How do we need to consider our soul for our medicine today? Oh, that was easy. That was quick. Okay. I'm also a little moody. So sometimes I'll come in here very mild-mannered. Sometimes I'll come in here very lively. I'm not trying to be either one. I'm just being whatever I feel for the day. So today, y'all get a little more upbeat. I just took a fresh shower too. Um, I thought the other day when I was on here, I looked like I had dinosaur arms. So I don't know what I look like today. But I hope it ain't dinosaur arms. So let me focus. Um, Ashwagandha. Can you believe it? We were just talking about it. This is going to be about well, this says purpose. And so what this is really about is like we about to go full force into our purpose. Just what I know about ashwagandha is it is willpower, it is nervous system support, it is nourishment, it is yeah, I want to say abundant. It's the power of a horse, the energy of the horse, the stamina of the horse. Like I said, I don't know if it was in this video, this set of videos, but when I was going through my major shift from leaving corporate to moving into entrepreneurship, or honestly just a different way of life in general, um, and I was transitioning off of my medicine, anxiety medicine, all these different things, ashwagandha was what I leaned on. My doctor even suggested it before, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't know if I want to do that. You know, because I was always skeptical about these more potent herbs. But I finally was like, you know what? I'm struggling. I need some support. Ashwagandha is what I leaned on. You know, it helps with sleeping if you have issues sleeping, hormonal balance. There are some things. So I was looking at some studies because I was like, okay, ashwagandha is known to increase testosterone. So people are like, with PCOS, can I take ashwagandha? Now, I've never been diagnosed with PCOS, but I do have some of the things that they say relate to PCOS. But some of the studies that I was looking at said that in men, it does increase testosterone, but in women, it balances it out. Now, don't quote me on this because I don't know how true that is, but that is what I found. That is what I went with for myself. I cannot tell you what to do for you. You know, consult your doctor, physician, all those things. But and I'm gonna tell my sister business. She actually, you know, because she knows that she has PCOS, and I was like, well, I don't know if you need to be taking it, you know, because you already know that you have high testosterone levels. Like, she gets her blood work done. And we're going to get back to the topic in a minute. I just want to talk to y'all about ashwagandha because apparently it's needed in this season. A lot of people need to be held, but held into movement, like taken into movement. You know how like in all the old movies, all they did was ride horses to get around, to do anything, like to lift things. Like the horses carried the load. The horses carried the people, you know. And then have you ever watched a horse ride? There's this video going around where this horse is like, I'm jumping around, I don't know about that. But anyway, there's a video where this horse is riding. They let the horse go on the beach and it just took off, and it's like you could see the stamina continue to pick up and pick up and pick up, and just watching it was freeing, especially like along the water. And that's what I think about when I'm looking at this. But again, back to my sister, she had talked to her doctor, and they told her, even though her testosterone levels were high, that she needed to keep taking it because it was helping her to burn more fat. And so I know like a lot of the stuff with PCOS is about burning the fat off of your body, and that helps to level out your hormones in general, to lose the weight, because that's always the thing they tell you, to get the weight down. And so in order to be able to get the weight down, you got to burn the fat. And so I guess they were telling her it was helping her, but again, don't quote me. But yeah, so back to the horse story, because that's what this is about, purpose. This is about like galloping into purpose then, because I just can't stop thinking about that video of the horse and how our purpose really aligns us with our freedom. Like, we're in a stage now where when you focus on your purpose, you will meet your freedom. Your purpose is leading you to freedom. I remember this dream I had last year. I'm always having dreams. And it was like, so telling my business, I worked for the power company. That is what I did as an electrical engineer. And I had this dream last year, maybe in October something, and I was on a horse. Like, I was kind of visiting somebody who I guess was on a farm, And, you know, I was like trying a horse. And so, like, I hugged the horse and, well, no, like, I got on the horse and took it for a ride, you know, because I was, you know, I was always excited about horses. I've never had one. I think I've ridden one when I was a baby. Not a baby, but like young, 6 or 7. And, yeah, the horse just like takes off and I'm riding the horse. And we're like running through pastures and like high grass, just like moving everything out of the way, running through power lines. Like we just were going. And it just felt like so. I remember how I felt in the dream, and I felt free. Like I had never felt like that in my life ever. I didn't even know what that feeling was, but it was just so abundant. It was so free. And then when I got back to them, I'm like, oh my God, I love this horse. Like, can I keep him? How do I get one? And I remember hugging the horse. I think it was like a black stallion or something. I don't know a lot about horses, but I think that's what it was. And I just remember the theme of that dream being freedom. And then, you know, following the new year, a few days in, I knew that it was time for me to walk into my freedom. I'm looking at this thing I have on my wall that says grow free wildflower. And that's what this feels like. Really stepping into your purpose to ignite your freedom and it's not, I'm gonna be the one to tell you, it's not like you say, okay, I'm gonna walk in my purpose and all of a sudden you feel free. It is a process to get free. Because we have been chained by so many things that are out of our control. So many ways of conditioning, so many belief systems. We've been chained by a lot, stagnant, and we don't even notice half of the stuff. This whole season of reprogramming my whole mind, and reprogramming my nervous system has been freeing for me, even though there are some things in my life that are still stagnant, that I'm still working through, that I'm still, you know, going through. I have never felt more free in my life than leaving this corporate job that didn't align with who I was and who I wanted to be, and stepping more into my purpose. And, you know, so a lot of the feedback I've been getting lately is about like moving in your purpose and being where you're supposed to be. Like you're doing the work that you were created to do, that you're supposed to do, that you love doing. And so I think the abundance follows the freedom. And so you embark on your purpose. I really think purpose is really just soul work. Like, what is your soul's call? What is soul work? Is finding your purpose or discovering, rediscovering, remembering your purpose. So yeah, I think that's what I get from it. You know, I still like to open the book. For those of y'all who are new to like the Oracle cards and how all the things work, because I would have loved somebody to break this down with me. I don't know, I just like learning from people who are familiar with it. You know, I was told to engage with Oracle cards to develop your intuition years and years ago, but I've always liked I've always liked Oracle cards because the descriptions tell a story, and I love stories, but I don't like reading long stories and things like that. But it helped me to apply it to my life a little more. Now I don't necessarily have to read, but I choose to, especially if it's one that I haven't pulled before. And ashwagandha is not one that I pulled, but it's one I've been talking a lot about. So I really want to know what they say about it. So upright, it's finding divine purpose, finding the future self, receiving a divine gift. In reverse, it would be unable to find purpose, feeling lost, confused, wounded from the past, exhaustion. We got it in the upright. So this is definitely about, I wanted to say karmic, but this is about divine purpose. Things shifting in your favor for that. And so we're going to do the long description because we got time. I don't even have to go over the medicine of the day because the literal like ingested medicine, this is the medicine. And if you can't take ashwagandha, then I'm going to recommend oat straw. But there is some softening needed. There is also some stamina needed. So you can do that oat straw and peppermint combo that I don't know if I ever posted that video. But peppermint is focus. Oat straw is going to be settling the nervous system, dealing with grief, moving through change, deep nourishment. It has a lot of vitamins and minerals that we need, iron, magnesium, all these different things that are going to uplift. And so yeah, if you can't do ashwagandha, if you can't access ashwagandha, then that is a good option. But ashwagandha comes powdered. You can get it in the capsules at most like health food stores. Um, it was kind of a buzz herb for a while, but I really think that people have to learn more about these herbs before they just dive into them. Because what I learned through my herbalism apprenticeship is that a lot of herbs have contraindications, and we just take it and we don't even think twice about it. Even like the basic tea we drink. Like, did you know chamomile is, of course, chamomile is a gentle herb, but if you are taking antidepressants, you shouldn't take chamomile with the antidepressant. Like, you should alternate them. I don't remember the exact reason why. I'm assuming it enhances the effect of the medicine. Like, you may be ingesting too much medicine. They kind of do the same thing. That's how I learned it. They work on the same system. And so you don't want to take those together. And then, like, there were some other ones, some other herbs that you can't utilize with an antidepressant. St. John's wort, you can't do that. So yeah. So one, it would be like there are options before you go all the way to antidepressants. Like, I wish I knew about that before I started them back in college, but I didn't. And so for me, I'm trying to share with y'all the things that support me now. And it's different. It's a different type of support. And you take which one you need and you find ways where you can combine the two, because there are herbs that can be taken alongside medication. So I'm everywhere today, but I'm coming back. So for over 4,000 years, ashwagandha has been one of the world's leading adaptogenic herbs due to its profound ability to restore and rejuvenate the body, mind, and spirit. Ashwagandha means the smell of a horse. Ashwa means horse, and gandha means smell. And it offers you the strength and stamina of a horse while nourishing the female and male reproductive systems. The Latin species name somnifera means sleep-inducing, emphasizing its relaxing and restorative properties. In Ayurveda, ashwagandha belongs to a subcategory of herbs called Medaya rasayanas. Medaya meaning intellect, mental power, and rasayanas meaning rejuvenating. Rasayanas possesses soma, the ambrosia of immortality. Traditionally, ashwagandha is used to tone, strengthen, and revitalize, energizing and calming simultaneously. There's that duality again. Remember, we was talking about lavender yesterday. It maximizes the body's ability to resist and adapt to stress, enabling the body to reserve and sustain vital energy and promoting a sound and restful sleep. So I just want to say, when it says that it maximizes the body's ability to adapt, to resist and adapt to stress, that is what an adaptogen does. Its property, the adaptogenic part of it, it is an adaptogen. That is what adaptogens do. And so, like, oat straw works similarly. You know what else is an adaptogen? Rooibos. I learned that. I was surprised. But rooibos is an adaptogen too. So, which is traditional Caribbean African medicine. And so depending on your history, family history, that might be something your family is already familiar with that you're always drinking. And if so, keep drinking it because it's an adaptogen. Let's see, where was that? Ashwagandha is ruled by the sun and moon and is strengthening, regulating, immune protective, anti-aging, and mood boosting embodiment of the energetics of the solar archetype. At the same time, it provides restful sleep, deep relaxation, nervous system nourishment, and restoration, all of which are embodied by the lunar archetype. That paragraph didn't make a lot of sense to me just based on my background, but we're going to keep going. I'm sure it made sense to y'all. The nodes of the noon in Ayurvedic astrology symbolize our karmic trajectory. Rahu, or the North Node, has messages for our future self, our destiny, and what we are learning as a soul in this lifetime. Ketu, or the South Node, contains our karmic inheritance. I guess it was right that karmic came up when I was talking. Your karmic inheritance, that's been coming up a lot. I think about that as just what is divinely given to you, what was always destined for you to have. There was no amount of being, working, or anything that could have changed what is destined for you in your karmic space. I believe that yes, there's work we can do to receive it, to be open to it, to all those things, but it's just gonna, karmic things, they just keep coming back around. So if you're not ready yet, it'll come back around. And so now is the time to fully step into that, because it's being presented again. So I guess if you would think about what is being, this might be a long one, what's being presented to you that has came around before, but you weren't sure of then, and now you know, even based on this conversation, you know that it's something that you should move forward with. Okay, so the juicy part, the guidance. Like, what is this ashwagandha trying to tell us beyond what I am saying? What is this card? What was it created to share with us? Ashwagandha, like the North Node, mirrors the potentials of our divine purpose, also known as Dharma in Sanskrit. Ashwagandha contains both solar and lunar elements within it, as it provides great strength and adaptability. Yet, with the deep qualities of the moon, such as relaxation, lucidity, and expanded consciousness, ashwagandha reminds us that it is not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you're living in alignment with your dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome, so your efforts feel unfocused or purposeless. Even if you've lost touch with your why, remain open to the mystery of the journey. Stay focused and playful. Keep following the signs. Yeah, stay focused and playful. Don't get too serious about it because it's happening anyway. And the synchronicities, I'm always talking about synchronicities. I got this tattoo before I even went on this like intentional journey, and it was synchronicity. One of my mom's friends passed through while I was in, not passed on, but just like they were driving through where I was at school at, and I was going through a really hard time, and he just started talking to me about synchronicity. And it was just these happenings that, you know, you don't know why they happen, but things, you kind of see things start to like fall in alignment. Like each thing that happens is directly related to like the thing that just happened. And so I don't know if I'm describing it right, but it's kind of like the signs that tell you that you're on the right path, or that God is with you, or that you're not alone. And so he just kind of encouraged me to look for those. And so it just became my thing. And so when things happen that are in alignment, that repeat themselves, or that are like, that's not a coincidence, you know, that's synchronicity. Those are messages from God. So I got the tattoo on my thigh. It's like synchronicity. And then I have like a teacup with a rose on it. Didn't even know. I didn't notice the rose when I got it. But again, that was a synchronistic moment that I put a rose on the teacup, and then went on this plant walk with Rose, and then learned about how connected it is to my lineage. Like, you know, these things are synchronistic, and you just got to keep moving on your purpose. You got to keep saying, yes, I want to be in alignment with who I was created to be, and then let the synchronistic moments guide you there. That's the journey that I've been on. So I would definitely encourage people to just say yes. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about ashwagandha or any other herbs or anything I talked about. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm supposed to remember to tell y'all that. Check out my website where I have body oils. I have some herbal blends. I have some kits, care kits, soul care kits, a lot of different things on there. But I want to connect. I want to share. I want to give. I even just started doing a mystery box. So long story short, because this is going to be a long video. My sisters were not in favor of me continuing Christmas at this big age, but I'm 30. I don't know if I look it or not. I'm sure I don't. But I don't know. I've always loved Christmas. And so I'm like, y'all aren't taking Christmas away from me. It's 6 of us. Both of my parents have always been there for Christmas. And so Christmas is really just a sentimental moment for me. And yes, I still like opening presents under the tree. I like the mystery of what's in the box. So anyway, I'm creating new traditions because they keep trying to take mine away. And so I have created on the website a mystery box. And you purchase a mystery box, and I make you some herbal goodies and maybe some other things I throw in there. And I send them to you, and you just let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. This is more of like a creative space where I can just pour love into something I want to make and share it with you. And you're not allowed to open it until Christmas Day. It will be gift wrapped, so you can put it under your tree. If you're not into Christmas, um, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say for that. You don't have to be into Christmas. You don't have to celebrate Christmas. You can still purchase it, but it will be wrapped with Christmas paper, and it is for Christmas because I celebrate Christmas. So yeah, you do what you want with it, or if you want to give it away, you can do that too. But anyway, it was nice talking with y'all today. I had fun today. I'm in a different mood. Don't know where it's coming from, but I'm just gonna enjoy it, and I will see y'all next time.